What's up to another episode or our first episode of IEP Investigating Everything Personal? I'm Deron, I'm your host. Today we're just going to talk about something that's really personal about me, you know? So I'm 25 years old, I am serving in the army, and a lot of people don't really know what the army is like, and I'm just going to go off based off like things I can remember and what I feel like are key topics that are important for me. So a lot of people don't want to join the army. I asked a lot of my friends, "Would you join the army?" And they're like, "Hell no! I'm not trying to die out there. I'm not trying to do this. I'm not trying to do that." I'm like, bruh, I'm not a recruiter or nothing, so this video is not brought to you by the army at all. And there's a lot of things the army you did that really irritated me, but we're gonna talk about that in a different show. Um, we're gonna talk about my experiences. I guess I'm gonna start with the beginning. I graduated high school in like 2018. I was tired of being with my mom. I was tired of just being in one spot and I wanted to see the world. My grandpa served in the army and the air force and I was just like, man, I could do the same thing. And everything's different. I wasn't aware. I was only 19 years old at the time. Um I said sign me up. So walking into recruiting office, I will talk to this recruiter and don't trust anything a recruiter says because recruiters will say what they gotta say to get you in. But man, I would say it took him maybe about a month to get me in. He got me in the military. I haven't heard from him since I stepped on basic training, which is our next topic because like basic training, man, I'm not gonna lie, it was rough. It was in Fort Benning, Georgia. Now it's called Fort Moore. It was hot. It was humid. It was treacherous. I was about to get married. I had a whole fiance and everything. She cheated on me with my best friend. It was just horrible. Um, it was 6 months, 22 weeks. It was 22 weeks long. Um, it was something. I built a bond with my boys and everything. Um, After we got to basic, there was just like you don't pick where you want to go. They just tell you, and it's like, boy, you're going to Kansas, Fort Riley to be exact. 116. I looked them up. Historical, but Fort Riley is more like Fat Riley because, ugh. All right, so my first time showing up to the unit after basic, I'm this one cocky, strong soldier. Like, yeah, I did all this by myself. I'm an infantryman. I'm a killing machine. Follow me. Ha, cringe, right? Um, my first time showing up to the unit, I'm like hot. Before I can even get a word out, some NCO was like, do push ups. Do push ups. You didn't stand parade rest. He addressed me first, but I'm in the front of the rest because I didn't even have a chance to even flinch. That's how it was. Like, your first time being a private, showing up to the army, you're just getting fucked with 24/7. And they're just like, man, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. They wouldn't leave you alone. They would literally, not the surprise, room inspections too. You would get off work after getting smoked all day, doing push ups, and then you just go to the B's, the barracks that we call them the B's, and then you hear a knock on your door. You think it's one of your buddies that's who's gonna knock on your door and whatever, and you're gonna let them in. You're gonna drink with them. Soon as I was about to go to bed, all you hear is do do do. So I open the door. He's a room inspection. I'm your new team leader, and man, you know who you are. F you. You're really cool though. I miss you, but I'm doing push-ups because my room is dirty and I didn't even unpack everything yet. So yeah, that was my first time showing to the unit. I think the first time I actually got in trouble was when I dropped the gas mask. So I dropped my gas mask, couldn't find it anywhere. Someone in a different company came and got it. Companies are like, you have Alpha Company, Bravo Company, Charlie Company. Companies is like 300 people, and they divide you in different companies. I'll talk more about that in a different time. So yeah, I lost my gas mask. They was gonna charge me $300 for it. Um, they found it, so they made me put it on. They made me run a few miles with it on and called it a day. Yeah. So my first time showing it to my unit was pretty shitty, and I really didn't like that shit at all. Um, I was rethinking my whole entire choices. There was like, yeah, every time a new private show up to the unit, you're replacing somebody else that may have died or ETS'd, which means they exited the army, or anything else like that. I'm just like, okay, okay, bro. I'm a new person. I'm me. I don't get it. I was a private too, so keep it in mind with me. Um, so one day, I'm just like, I'm sitting here in my room. I bought me a TV, an Xbox. I think I bought me a laptop. I felt like I was rich, so I was just buying everything with the army money, you know. I bought me a few things, and then one day my boy, he was living in the barracks across from me. He always had different people coming in and out of his room, and I thought he was up to something sus. So he knocks on my door, and I'm just like, bro, what do you want? I'm playing my game, not trying to get off COD or in a group chat with my friends back at home. They're always asking me when I'm coming home and everything. I open the door. What you want? He was like, hey, you want to come with me? I'm about to get this car. I'm just like, sure. So keep in mind, he already had a car and he was not about to go get no car. He took me to some apartment off post, which is off base, you know. And I'm just like, I'm sketchy because I'm not used to just going. I'm used to doing hood rat stuff with my friends at home, not in the military. So I go in there and open the door, and the first thing I see on the wall was a big pride flag. I'm just like, okay, okay, bro. I like, no offense to anyone, but I don't go that way. I have respect for my prideful friends and all that cheese and jazz, you know. But for me, hell no. This is not the kind of party I want to go to. And if I don't like it, I'm gonna leave. And then it was just me, my boy, and I think two of my other homies. They were in there too. And a group of girls come out and they're like, "Hi, we're here to party." Da 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 da, or all that jazzy jazz stuff. And how would I say this? These girls said that they were gay. And my bro was like, they're not. They're just saying it. They're just saying it. And I'm just like, are you sure? Are you sure? And he said, watch. Um, I remember getting so drunk and messed up from drinking. I remember waking up and these girls weren't gay. They were all trying to hop on me, my boys, and the owner of the house, he was. And he was trying to go after my boy. And I don't know how to say this. My mind was blown. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? And I don't and I'm stuttering. I need to put some references in this video if I want to make it poppin'. But yeah, that it was it was a really interesting party style kickback, I want to say. My boy ended up dating this girl and she cheated on him with like 8 different guys. So yeah, party life, and it was just bar hopping. It was very crazy. I mean, what else you're gonna do? Sit in the barracks and just drink and smoke and just be sad and alone. So yeah, it was fun getting out and everything. I think a few months later they told us that we had a rotation or deployment, whatever you want to call them. We were going overseas, mobilize, do whatever the military want us to do. Um, I went. It was said we were going to Europe. I didn't know where, but they said we're going to deter Russian aggression, and I was like, sounds like a mission to me. Don't think nothing would ever happen. Fast forward that Ukraine war happened right when we were there, but it's really weird. It was my first time going to a foreign country. I was turned. I was lit. I was ready to go. Um, we take flight. We go in the airport and we go over to Ireland. They fly us all the way to Ireland. We sit there for a few hours waiting for the next flight. They're refueling, whatever. And then, if you go into a foreign country, you got people in different countries being like, "Oh, hi, my name is so and so, and we're from Ireland. Welcome, you aliens." And I'm just like, "Whoo." I know these people are faking accents because you could tell if someone from a different country if they're really from that country. Everyone at the airport in Ireland was faking their accents the whole time. It was funny. Uh, Excuse my French. Um, we get back on the plane and we head to Romania. I get there, it feels like I'm in Michigan. It's a little humid because we're in Kasana. It was pretty nice. It was different, and we wasn't allowed to leave base for a while. Fast forward to when they did let us leave base. We ought to be in like pairs of three or whatever. We get in these taxis. It was really sketchy. Everything about that place was sketchy, but it was the best fun I had in my life. I went to the beach. I was like, let's go to the beach. So we go to City Park Mall, which is this big mall in Romania, and we buy some beach clothes. Now, let it known, the currency is really weird. I'm not even going to talk about it, but the currency is just weird. We grab a wad of cash, which is not really much in US dollars. But I was like, we are rich. We go in the store. I just buy out Nike everything. The sizing is different. Everything like runs kind of small. I think in Europe it's kind of weird. We go to the beach, and when I tell you we get into taxis, these taxi drivers are sketchy. They be giving you their business cards. They have little lettering and with numbers on it saying, "Yeah, for good people purposes, we're not going to call these numbers. I'm not going to tell you where they take you, but for good people purposes, I'm not going to say nothing about it." But just know it's really sketchy and it was really interesting. Get in a taxi. We go to the beach. Tell me why all I seen was ass and titties everywhere. Like literally everywhere. It was just like, all right, we're on a nude beach. But because we're US soldiers, we're not going nude. And personally, I wouldn't just go nude. Even though they say that Romanian women like good men. But it was a very intriguing experience. The food there was amazing. It was a lot healthier. I could eat a lot. It was pretty good. It was I recommend Romania. I will talk more about it when we're on a different podcast or different show. Um Soon I think Russia strikes Ukraine. And we're supposed to be going home soon. We got extended 2 months. Everyone's freaking out. The news headlines going crazy. I started puking my guts out. They were like, "Yeah, you may not go home to your families because we might invade or enter into Ukraine." Wasn't allowed to talk about it back then. We were in Romania. How close can you get from there? They moved us around so many times. I can't remember where we were at. Um, we ended up getting a date when we were going home. We go home. I kissed the ground. I kept kissing the ground. I was like, man, Mother Earth, I love you so much. I'm glad to be back in Kansas where I belong and everything. But it was horrible. So post deployment, I actually got a YouTube video on my post deployment. So I hit my weight goal. I lost a lot of weight. I used to be a fat fuck and everything. But man, post deployment, we're at a pool party, listening to music. It was so unreal. I was like, man, this is the best thing ever. It's like I almost wanted to cry because I was like, I didn't think I was gonna go home, and I loved being overseas. We went back to the party lifestyle. I was just running, but then guess what? It was me. It was time for me to ETS. It was time for me to get out the army. And man, after serving so many fucking years in the army, which I only been 5 years, I was ready to leave. I'm not gonna lie. It was straight BS. It was fun. The benefits was nice. I got hurt a few times. Got to go to the VA about that. It's fun. Um, I get out the army, and it felt like I ran into a wall. When you're done with the military, they don't need you. Once you get out those doors, they're not even going to speak to you again unless it's your friends, whatever, you know. Um, yeah, it was very interesting. I get home from Michigan. I hear that a lot of my friends are in jail. A lot of them are not on this earth anymore. It was a shocking culture shock, if I can even explain it. So my boys came back saying, "Damn, you're different. You're a different type of person. You're not what you used to be." And I'm just like, what do you think? What do you expect? You know, this is what the military does to you. Um, it was just an interesting, eventful thing. I got a few girlfriends back to back. Back. It was they were toxic. I had to leave them. Um, I got homesick. I really did. So I joined the National Guard. Biggest fucking mistake I ever did in my fucking life. Never again. Never again. After this contract, I'm out. Outie out. I might go back active. I don't know. But I am out. Not the guard, man. Don't do it. Don't even hurt yourself like that. It's not even worth it. I'll go into another video with that one too. Uh so now my adventure about to start, you know. Gotta take these off because I'm being serious. Ooh, damn it, it's on the floor, but I wanna get a van. I want to literally start my life over. I just want to travel and do things that no one else have done, or just like I don't even care about making records. I just want to like live my own life, see my own adventures, see the world, do what I got to do to make me as a better person, be a better person. I tried the boxing industry, I tried the music industry, I tried everything I thought I could try that would make me happy, and it seems like no matter what you do, you can't be happy unless you're happy with yourself. And that's just a pill I have to swallow and keep moving forward with. I just don't know where to start. So if y'all have really good advice, give me that advice. I would happily take it, you know? Um what time is it, you know? It's 10 p.m. I got to work tomorrow. My girlfriend's going to be back soon. Yeah, it's a culture shock being back from the army, but you learn a lot of valuable lessons, and it's just something that you cannot really let go. Oh, excuse me. It sounds like I'm about to cry because I don't know, baby. I'm not gonna cry. Um, you can't go into the regular world saying "What the fuck is up, y'all?" Do da 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 da. You can't scream at people when you're late for work. You don't do push-ups. You get fired. Like, it's so much reality, and it's just a lot. And like for all the viewers I have right now, if y'all like have any questions or want to see something different about an experience I had in the military, you can ask me, and I'll go more into depth about it. But this is just a really base video. It's my first video. It's my first podcast. You know, it's unedited. We're just experimenting. Let's say it like that. Um, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe now. Leave a like. I'd rather hear comments. I really don't care about the likes or the view. I really care about the comments. So if you can leave a comment down in the box below, whatever. I'm gonna leave a few links to my main primary YouTubes and all that other good jazz. I will see you another time. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Investigate Everything Personal with your boy Duran, the host. See ya.